Today, we're going to talk about how to finally ditch perfectionism when it comes to your UX portfolio, so stay tuned. Now, in case we've not met yet, my name is Sarah Doody, and I'm the creator of the UX Portfolio Formula. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to ditch that perfectionism so you can finally make progress on your UX portfolio and get more interviews and get closer to landing that dream UX role that you have in mind. Now, one thing I think we can all agree upon is that perfectionism is holding you back. You are sitting right where you're sitting today. You're in the job you don't like, or you're maybe not even in an UX role because you're trying to perfect your portfolio before you actually let yourself apply for roles. But the thing is, if you want to get more interviews and hopefully get them faster, you need to get over the idea that your portfolio has to be perfect. And here's what I mean. When I think of your UX portfolio, I think of it like a product. And it is likely the most important product that you will ever work on. But think about it for a second, okay? When you work on a product, especially early on, you don't try and perfect it, because if you were to try and perfect that product in the very early stages, that striving for perfection would mean that it would take that product forever to launch, right? You would keep that product hidden and not test it soon enough. Probably your competitors would beat you to market. If you're trying to perfect that product, you're likely going to waste a ton of time and money. And probably your team is going to burn out and be really overwhelmed in this striving for perfection. And a big thing is that you'll probably risk launching something that people don't actually want because you kept it a secret for too long and you didn't just put it out there into the world. So your portfolio is just like a product. And one quote concerning product development that I think is really relevant that you should write down on a Post-it note right now, like pause the video and write this down, is this. It's by the co-founder of LinkedIn. His name is Reid Hoffman. And he said this. He said, if you are not embarrassed by the first version of your product, then you launched too late. And what's the takeaway here? Well, the takeaway is that it's not going to be perfect on the first try. You will likely be embarrassed of the first version of your product, but if you don't launch that first version, there won't be a second version, and there won't be a third version, etc., right? And the difference between entrepreneurs that launch a product and there's maybe potential of success versus launch a product and it flops is that smart product owners really prioritize profit over perfection. And what do I mean by that? I mean that smart entrepreneurs and product owners know that there won't be profit unless they launch the product out into the world. And sometimes that means launching it before you think it is ready, before it's perfect. And that's what you need to do with your UX portfolio. You need to start approaching it like an actual product. Stop trying to make it perfect and start focusing on the details that matter right now. So 3 things you can do. You can stop treating it like a side project, okay? Because your career is not a side thing, it's your main thing. And you're never going to make progress if you keep working on it when you feel like it. You need a project plan and a project strategy just like you have for a product. Number 2, you need to stop obsessing over the details that don't matter. Now, of course, the details matter, but there are some details that don't matter right now. And you need to know the difference of when to focus on those details that matter right now. And the third thing is that you need to stop focusing on the visual design. Now, of course, it matters what it looks like. You can't have a junky looking portfolio, but spending time on the visuals, and by this I mean trying to perfect the visuals, is probably not worth the time that you're investing. If you've tried to choose an icon and you spent more than 5 minutes on that icon, guess what? You're wasting time. If you are debating between a couple of shades of blue or red or purple or something, move on. If you have spent an hour trying to figure out fonts, just choose a font and move on, right? Because you think it matters, especially if you're a visual designer, but the person looking at your portfolio is not looking for that level of detail. Of course, if you're applying to be a visual designer or something, then it matters tremendously. But for other, maybe less visual roles, people are not going to be evaluating you on the visual design of it. But like I said, it can't look junky. What matters most is the content. So before you sit down to work on your portfolio next, I really challenge you to think to yourself, am I treating this like a project or am I treating this like a little side hobby? If you're not treating it like a project for a real product, then you need to stop what you're doing, make a project plan, and treat this like a real product. Because if you keep trying to make it perfect, it's never going to launch. And perfectionism is paralyzing you from making progress on your portfolio. So you need to change your priorities right now. You need to treat your portfolio like an actual product, and you need a portfolio strategy, and you need a portfolio plan. And when you do all of these things, you can stop chasing perfectionism because you'll have a plan to follow, and you can focus on the content and creating a portfolio that is profitable, that's getting you to your desired role faster and smarter and with less burnout. And if you're looking for a plan to help treat your portfolio like an actual product, then click the link below to grab my UX Portfolio Blueprint that's going to walk you through 8 steps you need to take to create that portfolio that is profitable and that is going to get you the results that you're looking for. I'll see you in the next video.